and welcome to VFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Coats St. Vincent Limited.
Live to your own beat at Shack Music Fest at Radio Shack with everyday tech solutions to make your life easier. Save on selected Radio Shack items, two-way speakers, headphones, and more. Get it today and pay later with Ready Finance. Live to your own beat with Shack Music at Radio Shack. Conditions apply. Promotion ends April 24th, 2025.
Welcome back to VFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Coats St. Vincent Limited. First, on the local scene. Through the Greater Youth Volunteerism and Engagement GIVE project, young people between the ages of 19 to 35 will have the opportunity to transform their communities through volunteerism. In an API, project coordinator Dr. Nigel Scott said the project will target groups comprising of 6 to 15 persons, providing them with funding for their community projects and equipment when necessary. Dr. Scott said when launched, GIVE will also assist groups with creating their project proposals, and successful projects are expected to run for 6 months, with each person per activity receiving $55. He added that while the government is funding the project, it is hoped that the business community can also collaborate to assist the youth in transforming their communities. Application forms will be available on the government's website by May 8, 2025. Both established and newly created groups are eligible to apply. The University of the West Indies UWI Cave campus is set to host the official launch of the Cecil Cyrus Caribbean Museum of Medical History on Thursday, May 8, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. at the Faculty of Medical Sciences. The event will feature the A. Cecil Cyrus Collection, a special exhibition paying tribute to the pioneering Vincentian physician, Dr. A. Cecil Cyrus. Known as a Renaissance man of medicine and a champion of Caribbean healthcare, Dr. Cyrus leaves a legacy of service, scholarship, and innovation that has shaped the region's medical landscape. Audiences across the globe can tune in to the launch live via UWI TV Global, available on Flow, Evo, and Hub channels, and online at www.uwitv.global or on Facebook at UWI TV. The museum aims to preserve and showcase the rich history of Caribbean medicine, with Dr. Cyrus's work forming a cornerstone of this important initiative. Still on the local scene, on April 28, 2025, the Cuban ambassador to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Carlos Ernesto Rodriguez Echeverri, visited the headquarters of Invest SVG. Invest SVG is the official investment agency of the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, whose main objective is to attract foreign direct investment to the nation through specific sectors. The Cuban diplomat was received by Mr. Glenn Beach, Executive Director of Invest SVG, who gave an explanation of the work being done in the institution. Beach also extended an invitation to Cuba to participate in Everything Vinci 2025, an international fair held in SVG every October. The ambassador reiterated the invitation to the Vincentian business community to attend Expo Caribe 2025, a trade fair that will take place in Santiago de Cuba from June 23rd to the 27th. Cuba and St. Vincent and the Grenadines continue to explore options to boost business and bilateral trade, areas where there are many opportunities for both countries. On to news in the region. Dominican deputy political leader of the main opposition, the United Workers' Party, UWP, Delbert Paris, has announced his resignation from the position 4 months after being elected to the post. Paris had supported the electoral reform bills that the government had tabled in Parliament on March 19th of this year, when police had to fire tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse opposition supporters who had been protesting against the measure, Loop News reports. Paris, a civil engineer, nominated as a senator by Anthony Charles, the independent candidate who successfully defeated the Dominican Labour Party candidate Gregory River in the December 6th general elections. The UWP had boycotted the elections in keeping with their demands for electoral reform ahead of the polls. Paris, who has come under pressure since the passage of the Electoral Commission Act, confirmed that he had resigned with immediate effect and would remain a member of the party. The authorities in St. Martin quickly apprehended two suspects following reports of a firearm threat in the Over-the-Bank neighborhood early Monday. The police force Central Dispatch received an emergency call at approximately 7:30 a.m. on April 28 about a threatening incident involving a firearm. According to reports, the suspects fled the scene in a blue Renault Caravan. Multiple police units responded immediately, setting up search operations in the surrounding areas. The vehicle was spotted by officers traveling along Sucker Garden Road shortly after the initial report. Police conducted a traffic stop and searched the blue Caravan, discovering an illegal firearm and ammunition inside. The two male occupants were arrested without incident and taken to Phillipsburg Police Station for processing and questioning. The weapon and ammunition were seized as evidence as investigation into the incident continues. On the international scene, police in Sweden have arrested a teenager after a fatal triple shooting in the city of Uppsala on Tuesday. The shooter reportedly fled on a scooter following the attack in a hair salon in the center of the city, triggering a manhunt. Police confirmed on Wednesday that the person arrested for shooting is under the age of 18. All three victims were aged between 15 and 20 years old, Swedish police told a news conference, though the region's chief of police said their identities have not 100% been confirmed. Swedish media has reported that police are investigating the possibility that the deaths are related to gang crime. Sweden has seen a wave of teenage gang crime in recent years, with suspects accused of a range of offenses from vandalism to murder. The Swedish government has proposed new legislation that would allow police to wiretap children under the age of 15 in an attempt to grapple with the problem. Finally, in sports, Real Madrid defender Antonio Rudiger has been given a 6-match ban for throwing an object at the referee during Copa del Rey final loss to Barcelona. Rudiger and teammate Lucas Vazquez, who had been substituted, were shown straight red cards in Seville for angrily reacting to a foul against Kylian Mbappe shortly before the final whistle. The referee stated in his report that the 32-year-old centre-back was dismissed for throwing an object from the technical area, which missed him. This has been VFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Shanika Stapleton. Join us again at 3 o'clock for VFM's 3 p.m. news. VFM's Midday News came to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Looking for the right pair of frames to make you look glamorous? Come to Quartz Optical. You'll find a wide selection of stylish frames from Prada, Ray-Ban, Armani, Converse, Vogue, plus new arrivals for you to choose from. Get up to 30% off lens and frames, 15% off cash purchases $999 and over. Plus, you can book your eye examination appointment online today at quartzoptical.com. Wear it today and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Quartz Optical, value you can see. Offer ends April 24th, 2025. Special conditions apply.